52.
52? You came with Larry, didn't you? No? By
My
yourself?
girlfriend.
What made you decide to come all the way out here?
We quit our jobs. She had a boyfriend out here.
Yeah?
Let's go to Fairfield. I didn't know where Fairfield was. Okay, let's go. Quit our jobs. Came out here with just our paycheck.
Yeah?
My father got real mad at me. Don't you ever come back to this house? Okay. My mother can't take, but I had already talked to her. My mother said, go.
Your mother didn't have a problem with it?
My dad always said I could never make it on my own. See, that's mainly the reason I came. Make it on my own.
Yeah?
He didn't want me to move. He wanted me to take the kids. He was real sick. He only had like 6 months to live. Yeah, he had cancer real bad.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I came anyway. Don't you ever come back to this house once you leave. You're not taking these kids. I didn't have intention of taking the kids because I didn't know where they was going to stay.
Well, who was alive then? You had Harry? And Mom?
Uh-huh.
All three of them?
Mm-hmm. And Manuel, too.
Manuel?
Oh, yeah, all four of them.
So you all were all living in Tucson?
Mm-hmm. So anyway, my sister-in-law kept Teresa. And Manuel was with these other people. Anyway, my mom and dad had the two. I came out here, went right out to the base to see about a job as soon as I got here. I couldn't do without a job.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend tried to find this boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
Couldn't find him. Come to find out, he had meantime found somebody here and married, but he had just gone to see her a month before that. So.
Oh man.
Then we were staying in the only motel they had on Main Street, on Texas Street there.
Yeah.
Deluxe
No,
Street.
you can't go out that door.
No.
No.
Your mother's $5 a night. So anyway, and we had
There was only one hotel in town?
on the main street there. So anyway, we found about this. Hey, the bus just dumped us.
Uh-huh.
It was February.
Is that Greyhound?
About 6. Get out of here there with you. No. He said, oh, there's a motel there. So we went to a motel. $5 a night, man, that hurt. Couldn't take no food in there, nothing.
No.
We don't have that kind of money in our pocket, you know, we have to watch it. I told Elizabeth, I said, we can't stay here. I said, we can't be paying $5 every night. We better find a place to live, you know.
Yeah.
Back to the cab driver. Cab driver says, oh yeah, he says, there's places in Sassoon. I said, nope, I'm not climbing that Greyhound to go anywhere else in California. He busted out laughing. He said, no, he was just over the railroad track. So he took us there.
Yeah.
We found in fact, the place is still there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, my first home. So we rented this place for $50 a month. Because in them days, it's too loud. So they're too loud for him. That moved in there, got me a job. I wasn't supposed to start till March. This is February, right? About the first part of February. I thought, well, the money's getting thin. Then she decided to go back home.
Why did she go back home?
Because the boyfriend was married and all this. He even took us to meet this wife of his, some dumb little girl, you know, in Woodland, someplace, wherever the heck she was living at.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she decided to go home. Okay, I couldn't talk her out of it because she could have went to work at the base. I was supposed to work at March. They came. There was 3 hotels in town.
Yeah.
Everything was in Sassoon then. Fairfield didn't have nothing. I'm walking down the street like this. They had all these little restaurants, you know. I'm gonna go get me a drink. So I'm walking. This guy come out of the hotel. Do you happen to be Carmen? I says, yeah. The base just called. I want you to come out because whoever I was supposed to take their place was gonna decided not to wait till March.
Oh, okay.
Which, oh man, I couldn't get out there fast enough. You know, that meant I was going to go to work and have me a meal every day.
Yeah.
I was getting kind of hungry.
Uh-huh.
Not starving, but hungry. So I went home and gathered all these pennies. You know, it cost 25 cents to get to the space.
Yeah.
I got there. And they gave me my uniform and all that, you know. And I thought, okay, how the heck am I getting home? So that my supervisor, to me, you know, she gave me a ride home. Because it was about that time anyway. And I went to work the next day, happier in the Lord. I lived there for a while, and then I moved over there in back of, there used to be a trailer park in back on Highway 12 there where Mackie used to, did I know Mackie then? No, I didn't even know Mackie then. I had just got here. But there used to be a garage there. There was a trailer park behind it. Little trailer park like the ones on the main street there.
Yeah.
So I rented me one of them. You paid it by the week or every 2 weeks, however you got paid. I moved there because you could catch the bus right there. So that worked okay. And then the supervisor there kind of took me under her wing. She lived on Delaware Street. She had a big family. So every Sunday I'd go to church with them, you know. Mm-hmm. And then I'd stay there at their house, eat dinner and all that, you know. Hey, she was a good cook too.
Oh, yeah?
Homemade, she always had homemade cakes and all that. You know.
How long was it before the kids came?
Well, then I kept calling home, you know, and I'd send cards and all that to my dad, you know. Yeah. Hoping he felt better, and I always signed the kid's name.
Yeah.
So anyway, towards about 6 months, in June, I went back. 6 months of the day I came here. Oh. My mom's called me, you know. She said, you better come home, your dad's asking for you.
Yeah.
I thought, wow. He's asking for me.
Well, death has that kind of effect on people. It makes them look at things a little bit different.
Yeah, but see, I wasn't never mad at him.
Yeah.
I mean, I did what I had to do, you know. Yeah. I know he wasn't too happy because he wanted to keep me there. Yeah. Because he always thought I was 10. That's how they treated me. Mm-hmm. I had to ask, here I'm a grown woman with kids. I had to ask him permission if I could even go to a movie at night, you know. That's a little bit ridiculous there. Right. Because I worked all the time. I didn't have free time. I wasn't running the streets or anything. I'd come home from work every night at 12:30, got up with the kids. I was up at 6. That was the time I slept, from 12:30 to 6.
What about the fathers of
the kids?
Yeah, you met them all in Tucson?
Yeah.
See, for some reason I had the impression you met some of them out here, one of them out here.
Mackie, I did.
You did?
Grandpa Mackie, yeah. I didn't know him.
Well, where did you meet Mom's dad?
In Tucson.
Yeah? And he was in the military?
Somebody just told me that they called us, the Salvation Army found somebody else, a relative. I thought about my dad again. The Salvation Army will find them.
No, they have some place, if they were, I have a book that says if they were ever in, called Loretto. And one time I went to the library, and you look in the book there.
So there's a base in Tucson, huh? There must be a base.
Yeah, Davis Mountain.
Okay.
And that's where all these GIs came from.
What was his name?
What was his name? Eugene Humphreys.
Eugene Humphreys.
And anyway, so then I went back home. Yeah. And I got there like today, about this time. Where were the kids? Weren't even there. They were at the movies or something. Yeah. So I walked in the bedroom where he was, shocked. He was nothing but little bones. My dad used to be well built, And tears come to my mom. I came out of the room. My mom said, "Don't let him see you cry." So I went back in, and I got a hold of his hand. I said, "I'm home, Dad." He says, "Oh, you don't have to leave." He says, "You don't have to leave. You can stay." See, that's all he wanted me to do is come back. I never was angry at him, I told him, I'm mad at him. And she says, and then 3 days later he passed on. And that's where he wanted to die. He wanted to die at home. He didn't want to die in a hospital or nowhere. That was the last place he wanted to leave, was his house. He wanted to be cremated. He didn't want to be put in the ground, let the worms eat him, stuff like that. So it was done exactly like he wanted it done. So anyway, so I said, okay. That's all he was waiting for. My mom said, that's all he thought you were angry at him. But he knew better, she said, because he told me that he knew them cards that came with the kids' names was from you. And then I'd call every week, you know, see how he was doing.
So what'd you do after he died?
Oh, after he died, I came back here. I had my job. Then, it wasn't too long, about a month or so later, my mom rented the house out and came out here and stayed with me. And brought the kids with her. The kids have been here ever since. They went to Crystal, all of them.
That's hard to believe. That old school.
That's all that school there was in Sisseton.
Yeah?
Yeah. It went from kindergarten all the way. And then the courthouse used to be Armio. The new courthouse, that was Armio. So, and in Fairfield, there was nothing in Fairfield. The food fair was the only store. Little J.C. Penney's, little dime store.
So how old were the kids when you moved out here?
I think Terry was like 7.
7?
Is this belong to twins?
Terry's 7. Barbara must have been 9,
This is
maybe.
yours, huh?
And Harry must have been 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always lived in Sisseton, though. I wouldn't live in Fairfield. I don't like Fairfield to live in. Especially now. It's dangerous for a woman to live by herself in Fairfield. Too many mean people there.
Yeah.
I'm safe.
Well, what'd you move to Las Vegas for?
Larry and I, one little whims, you know.
Is this the twins?
We didn't have, what the heck did we have here? I mean,
Yeah.
we had the kids over there too.
Yeah?
Had them in 1 month, the whole month, in the summertime.
Uh-huh.
We came and got them, took them all back there with us.
Huh.
Phew, we had we left here and went back there. Larry went to work right away. I went to work and bought a house, everything over there. You could buy a house over there for little or nothing.
Right.
You know, pay it off like you pay rent.
Yeah.
Then you have a house. And then before we left, we sold the house back to the same woman, got our money back. Same house, same money we left that we came in with.
Looks like you were rent free all that time.
Really, but anyway, I think you take care of the house. That's what you were doing, house sitting.
Yeah. Well, what'd you move for?
To Las Vegas?
Back from Las Vegas
Oh,
to here?
I hated Las Vegas.
Too hot?
Hated it. No, the temperature was just like Tucson.
Yeah.
It's just the people back in Las Vegas are very unfriendly.
Yeah.
We moved into a neighborhood in North Las Vegas there where same people lived there for all the time we were there. I'd water that ground there 100 times a day just to see if anybody would say hi, you know. They'd be out there too doing their thing, never even look at you. The same people lived there all the time.
Is this the girls?
Finally,
All of it?
I don't know.
I put a bunch of the clothes in a bag, but I don't know which is which.
I don't know.
You're
Yeah.
gonna have to go through it, huh?
Yeah.
so anyway, I told Larry that I don't know how many times we came to here.
Yeah.
Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So the last time I told her. Then Maxine came up there and stayed. Alice came up there and stayed. Alice had people there, though. Her mother was there and everything.
Yeah.
She came with us when we moved. She went with us, her and her son. Stayed there for a while. Every time they come and leave, then I want to come home too, you know. I don't want to be up there. I don't know nobody. People are very unfriendly. Gambling wasn't my kick anyway.
Right.
Larry wouldn't even buy a roll of nickels.
Really?
Yeah, he never been a gambler.
I'm surprised you didn't gamble.
Didn't care for it at all. Good thing.
Yeah.
We'd have never made it there.
No. I imagine you met a lot of people that gambled that had a hard time.
Everybody that worked with me.
Yeah.
On Friday, there was a Kmart right across the street from this little gambling joint there.
Yeah.
And on Friday we got paid. We all went there. I went there to have a beer. I didn't go there to give them my money.
Yeah.
But I've seen these girls stand on their feet for 40 hours and give it to them. And in an hour's time, they'd be broke. Borrowing money the next day, see how they could pay that little rent by the week, you know, because you can rent a trailer and all that by the week there. There's a lot of transits there. And I used to tell them, you guys need to go back where you come from, you know, where there's no gambling. Anyway, I got tired of it all. I told her, yeah, I want to go home to stay. So we packed everything up. Came home. Larry went to work right away. Your mom was living in Sisseton. You know where the Sisseton market used to be there?
Mm-hmm.
Across the street. underneath this one apartment that she lived in, the bottom apartment. We stayed there with her
Yeah?
till we got. Then we moved in with where we're living now.
Uh-huh.
Maxine lived there.
You gotta be kidding.
Yeah. And so we went and stayed with her for about 2 weeks. And meantime, Larry got a job and all this, you know. Then we moved out by ourselves. But yeah, we lived there with your mom first.
Yeah?
She was living there by herself. And then we moved over there. What was your mom doing? She was working someplace. But she was living there then when we came home.
Then we went and visited you in
You
Las-
guys came. You
in
were
Las
just
Vegas.
little. You were
Yeah.
just about 5 years old.
Yeah. I remember that visit.
Well, you know where we lived? That's the house we bought.
Oh, yeah?
And that's the house we sold.
I remember you chasing Larry around the room with a wine bottle. Broken wine bottle?
He was a terrible drunk. I hated it
I
there.
remember thinking, boy, don't mess with Grandma.
We had fun there. What I liked about it, you know, like when we had the girls there,
Yeah?
they used to wait for Larry to come home. He was good with the kids as far as that goes. They wait for him. He'd get home. He'd take them to Lake Mead.
Yeah?
Oh, and you went swimming there. The water was like bath water. So
Oh.
nice. It was a man-made lake, you know. And you went up the hill there. Sometimes we'd come off of it in the evenings. You parked over there, you could see the whole city, the lights, you know, especially down where they have the casinos. Beautiful. We used to take the girls and put them in the car and take them down the main street there in
Oh,
downtown,
yeah.
just so you could see the lights.
Lights, yeah.
But the casinos over there are landscaped in front too. They're not like in Reno. Each one of them has different, like the Circus, beautiful back there. It's nothing like this one here.
No.
They have one floor just for kids.
Yeah?
Yeah, just for kids. There's no booze, no gambling, no nothing
really?
on that second floor. 'Cause we took the kids there. They have little concessions for them. They have, they can have hamburgers, little side shows, all that stuff for them. Machines to play, you know, little games and all that. That's strictly for the kids. So we used to take them there. And they,
Mama's vacuuming.
she going. And then they had little stage there where they had performance all the time.
Yeah?
Different ones, you know, they'd have, first of all, they'd come out with a little elephant. He did little tricks, you know. Then they'd have the flying ladies, you know, girls,
Yeah?
acrobats and all that.
I saw
They had
that
a
film.
lot for the kids there. This one here doesn't have nothing.